Then the miracle of all miracles, you were back up on your feet, walking the next day.
18 months ago, I picked up something that was very heavy, and I slid and practically fell. And in doing that, I injured my back, and I have been going through different types of treatments to try to alleviate the pain that I have had. Well, first of all, we went to an orthopedic surgeon who outlined a very extensive pain and healing time. And I said, I just don't think I can do that. I want to try for a second opinion. And my husband has a friend named Mark who said, I know who you need to see. And he says, I will even get you an appointment. And that was on a Thursday night. On a Friday, he says, you have an appointment for Monday with Dr. Smith. And that was the beginning of how I heard about Dr. Smith. I visited Dr. Smith a few days after the appointment was made. And of course, every time you go into a doctor's office, you fill out 8 to 10 pages of information. We were taken then into Dr. Smith's office, and he viewed my MRI, he viewed my x-rays, and he says, oh, we can do this very innovatively. We can take care of this problem, and you will be fine. And he had such a tenderness about him and such a caring attitude that it was very overwhelming to me that he came in on a holiday to see me, and yet was compassionate about me also.
And at the same time, we felt that he was the one that we really needed to see, because he showed us exactly in his office the procedure of how he would be doing it. And with this, it gave us the assurance that this could be done, and could be done in a very reasonable length of time instead of taking so long for her to be in the hospital, and the therapy and healing process afterwards, and rehab hospital that he had talked about, the previous doctor had talked about. So from this, we felt like was something we wanted to really do.
Another part of it was that there's a lady that works in his office by the name of Kathleen, and she has had back surgery done by Dr. Smith, and he says, would you like to take the time to talk with her just to get her feeling as someone who has had the back surgery? And we said yes, and she was so helpful with us. And that was reassuring to us that things could be done right.
And the fact that Dr. Smith was from Las Vegas, we are from Las Vegas, we felt like it would give us close contact with him to be able to go back there if it was necessary after the procedure.
Well, we had prayed for a confirmation of what we should do. And we felt like our friend saying, I know who you should see, I will get you an appointment, having an appointment 3 days later, talking with people who had had it done, was a confirmation to us that we were doing the right thing. When we explained it to our family, they all agreed. And we have had students that are medical students, and so we talked to them and said, look this up on the internet. And they all came back saying, this is great, go for it, Mom. So we had a lot of support. Well, Dr. Smith said, you know, I'm going in 3 weeks. And that was 3 weeks from the day we decided. And so we thought, oh my goodness, how can we get everything together? And the first thing was a folder in our hand about AIMS, and go to the website, check in, and from there we were getting lots of information, email about the process and how to do it. I spoke personally with Nikos several times. I spoke with Sonny several times. And after we arrived, we were greeted by Sonny, and you felt like you knew her already from her writing and from her speaking with us. And we were taken to a nice hotel. Everyone was so helpful, so tender, so caring, and they saw us through the process of going to the hospital, being at the hospital, not just taking care of me, but Sonny was taking care of my husband also during the whole procedure, and it was a very good experience.
Well, the process of taking her there and seeing the hospital, what a fine, wonderful facility it was very helpful in the beginning.
Yes.
And then having everyone come out and check to make sure you were okay. We didn't have to, the surgery went a couple minutes longer than I thought maybe it should, and about that time I had a couple of other people telling me she's okay, she'll be out in a few minutes. These are the kinds of things that a lot of times in waiting rooms, as I've had to do before, you sometimes wait and wait for hours and not find out what is going on the other side without information. But that information was there, and people were so helpful and extended the information to me to what was going on and what I could expect when Lavanna got out. But we were prepared in the fact of everything that they had sent us, because we had all the information that was not only provided online, but also from what they had given to us in the paperwork that they had sent to us to have us fill out and return to them. So we felt very confident in the fact of having everything go in, and it was done very timely, and the information back to us was almost like instantaneously. So we had that information coming back, even though the hours of difference between Cyprus and Las Vegas is 11 hours. So we had that we could count on, and that did help us a lot in our preparation of being able to feel comfortable in going.
I found that the hospital was very, very modern, up to date. I had a cardiologist come in, do my EKG, do an echocardiogram, check my arteries, then having neurosurgeon work on you, and having a kind of orthopedic person follow up on you, along with another neurosurgeon every day, having Sonny and Mary that followed every step of our way, asking us, now, are you sure there's anything that we can get you, that you need? Just let us know. Visiting you every day. I felt very cared for.
And in the hospital you had Christina, wasn't it, that stayed with you all night, right by the bedside, never left you once, was always there, so that if you needed anything during the night directly after surgery, you were there. Then the miracle of all miracles, you were back up on your feet, walking the next day out of the hospital with us to go to this wonderful resort that they provided for us to be able to stay. So all of that worked out. Took the pain out of leaving and knowing where you were going, and what all of it was taken care of for you. And all of this was done by AIMIS. We did nothing on the preparation of those things. It was all completed and done for us.
We'll be leaving in 4 days, and from the way I've progressed from the beginning, I feel that life will start beginning again, that I will be out in the garden, I will be hiking with my husband, we will be walking dogs, and we will doing a lot of the things that we love to do, entertaining, art classes that have kind of been put on the burner back because of the injury to my back, and I'm just looking forward to a complete recovery.